Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to treat an aspect in chemistry which is solubility. We have different aspects. We have the theory aspect, then the calculation aspect. Presently I'm going to work on the calculation aspect. Please follow my videos to get more frequently asked questions in preparation for your Jamb exam. And we have other topics under solubility, which is the hardness of water, water itself, that's the purification of water, and the definitions of terms. So let's quickly treat this question. And I want you to practice this question at the end of the first example. You will use this example to practice other question. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel at the end of this class if you have not done so. Subscribe, share my videos, and like my videos. Thank you. Now, the solubility in mole per dm cube of 20 grams of copper sulfate or copper 2 tetraoxo sulfate 6 dissolved in 100 grams of water at 180 degrees Celsius is what? Now, solubility actually can be in form of mole per dm cube. That is, the unit is a mole per dm cube or gram per dm cube. But the question here is involving mole per dm cube. And the formula for calculating solubility in this regard is solubility in mole per dm cube is equal to mass, the mass of the compound mentioned, which is copper 2 tetraoxo 6, over the molar mass multiplied by 1000 over volume. Now, take note here. The mass is given as 20 grams. Mass will always have a volume of gram. Now, the mass here is 20 grams. And the molar mass was not given. But if you check under this question, you see that the hints or the information for calculating the molar mass has been given under the question. So if the molar mass is not given in some cases, it means you don't need it. Why in some cases you are expected to find out by yourself? So in this case now, copper is 64, sulfur is 32, and oxygen is 16. That's their atomic masses or mass number. So to calculate the molar mass of copper 2 tetrasulfate 6, CuSO4, copper is 64. Why in some cases you may see it as 63.5 gram per dm cube. 63.5 gram per mole. Now, sulfur is 32 and oxygen is 16. But don't forget, we have 4 atoms of oxygen in this compound. So what do? Multiply this 16 by 4 in brackets separated from others. So we have 64 plus 32, which is 96, plus 16 multiplied by 4 is 64. So we have 0, 1, that's 160 gram per mole. Let's verify this calculation properly. 64 times 4, 16 times 4 is 64. So we have 0, 1, 12, 13, 16. So that is 160 gram per mole. So in calculating the solubility in mole per dm cube, that's back to the formula. The mass is given as 20, that's 20 grams, over the molar mass, which has been calculated as 160, multiplied by 1000 over the volume. Now, in this question, the volume of water is given as 100 grams. Now, volume actually have a volume as a unit of dm cube or cm cube, that's centimeter cube or decimeter cube. But in this case, it was given as gram. So you can also use it. So 100 grams of water, that is 20 grams dissolved in 100 grams of water. What is the solubility in mole per dm cube? So we have 100 grams here. By the time we calculate this, we have 20 over 16, which is 1.25 mole per dm cube. So our answer here is option C. Now, there are other methods or other formulas for calculating solubility. Now, if you have solubility in gram per dm cube, it is actually solubility in gram per dm cube equals to mass over volume. multiplied by 100 over 1. So, but in this case, we are to calculate solubility in mole per dm cube. So use the same method to calculate to work out this question. When 10 grams of sodium hydroxide is dissolved, 10 grams here is the mass of the sodium hydroxide. The compound involved is sodium hydroxide. That's a salt. Now, so you need to be able to write the formula, which is NaOH. It's dissolved in 1000 cm cube of water, which is the volume of the water. The solution formed is approximately what? You can see that the options here have mole per dm cube. So you have to calculate the solubility in mole per dm cube. So using this same formula, mass over molar, solubility in mole per dm cube equals to mass over molar mass multiplied by 1000 over volume. You can work out your answer, but don't forget to calculate the molar mass of sodium hydroxide. The information has been given here. 23 of sodium, hydrogen is 1 and oxygen is 16. Thank you. Watch out for my video on other aspects in solubility before we move to other topics.